Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek Online. This is the Doctor and I have some new updates to show you today on Tribble. So right now, what you see on your screen, this is Tribble. This is not Holodeck. That means this is the test server, and I am here to show you some new updates that they have made to the exterior of Earth Space Dock, as well as the interior of Earth Space Dock, and other new things that may be coming in Season 9. This is April 2nd of 2014 as of this recording. So these are all the updates on Tribble as of April 2nd. This is my third video previewing what is coming in Season 9. I'll throw up links to my first video and then the second video. This one is going to show you some newer stuff. Specifically, they have updated the exterior of Earth Space Dock, not just the interior. I thought, and most people did, that they would leave the exterior alone and just give us a new ESD inside. But no, they've gone further and given us an updated exterior, and it's been a long time since the exterior of ESD has been updated. For those that don't know or are new to this game, the Earth Space Dock from the outside that you see now is not what the game started with. In fact, it was a much different looking space station on the outside, and this was supposed to be cryptic, telling us that it's the 25th century, the star base is different or updated or whatever. Well, out of feedback and looking back at Star Trek as it's known in the past for Earth Space Dock, as far as Earth Space Dock is concerned, they went back and totally redid Earth Space Dock and gave us what you see today, which represents the Earth Space Dock we've seen in the movies or in the TV shows, Star Trek The Next Generation, and of course the original Star Trek series movies. That Earth Space Dock is what we have now, but that's not how the game started. So this is, I guess, maybe the third or fourth update, probably like the third update they've made to the exterior. It's not as big an update as that one was when they changed the whole exterior of the station to what it is now, but it is an improvement over what we have right now on Holodeck. So anyway, I'm going to jump right to it. As you can see, I'm in sector space. Nothing in sector space is different, all the same. But here we are at the Sol system. So I'm going to warp into the Sol system just like you would if you were coming from sector space. So this is our warp into Earth Space Dock from the Sol system, or from sector space. And here we go. Ta-da! Here we go. Now, the space station looks the same, as it should. They're not changing the exterior of the space station because it is what it should be, and it looks awesome. But here's what they've done. Earth is now gigantic. Look at the size. Wow. Now, they have done this in some other maps in this game, and this is, I guess, newer technology that they have at their disposal now that might not have been in the game when it started. But they have these like larger planets in the background, giving us a more epic feel, giving us that feel that, you know, space is huge and planets are huge and you are tiny, and giving us better perspective into something like a space station orbiting Earth. Previously, or how it is right now on Holodeck, the Earth Space Dock, well, it looks rather large compared to the planet. The planet looks kind of small. Now that would make sense if you were far away from the planet. The planet could look small. But Earth Space Dock is not supposed to be far away from the planet. It's actually supposed to be in an area of space called an L2 Lagrange or something like that area. However it's pronounced, I'm probably completely mispronouncing it, but it's like a Lagrange or area or something like that. It's an area of space where like the forces of gravity equalize themselves, and you can kind of think of it like there's no pull. However, I'm not quite sure if that's 100% true. I've read that somewhere, but then I've also read on the Wikipedia for Earth Space Dock, or Memory Alpha actually, that Earth Space Dock actually has very powerful impulse engines underneath it. Like, these things are antennas, but this also has like really powerful impulse engines that they've built into the station underneath it that help it keep orbit, because without them apparently it would be pulled down to Earth or something. So I guess we'll go with Memory Alpha, and if that's the case, then it's not in an L2 area, because, or a Lagrange area, because then gravity would be acting on it. So maybe that's not true. Whatever the case, it don't matter. What they've done is they have made the scale of Earth and Earth Space Dock match much better. Now Earth looks like a big planet. It looks like we're, you know, in orbit of Earth instead of like way far away from Earth. They put the sun over here to the left side as you warp into the solar system. The A Enigma Nebula is still there. That's where the captain's table is. Behind us is the moon. I'm a little disappointed in the moon, and I was this way on holodeck, and I still am with this update. I think the moon should be a little more lively. By this time of Star Trek, the 25th century, and we knew this, of course, by the 24th century, there were millions of people living on the moon, and it should be, I don't know, there should be just more activity, I would think, associated with the moon. Even though we can see it's kind of lit up, there's little, you know, dots all over it that kind of give it the impression that there's a city on here from a distance. I would love to see ships, you know, going toward it. I would love to see, I don't know, just something about it that would make it seem a little more active and populated. Just a little more detail on it, I guess, because it is an active place at this point in the future. But that's just a minor quibble. As we look around, of course, space looks like it should, I guess. There's all kinds of little ships flying around. You'll see these little things. These aren't bugs on your monitor, no. These are little tiny shuttles or ships or whatever flying all around space, giving it that impression that this is a lively place. And that's always been another quibble of mine here, is that it seemed kind of dead. Other than the players, you know, who are out there in space, the whole area seemed kind of dead, and it should not feel that way. It should feel lively. It should feel like there's a ton of stuff going on, and it feels more like that now, because as you look at it, you'll notice there's a whole lot of stuff moving. You've got to sit still for a second, but there you go. There's a whole lot of stuff moving around, doing things. They're hard to see because they're tiny, but they're there and they're doing things. And then there's Allied ships. Of course, you can fly up to these ships too, but there's Allied ships here, Federation ships flying around. As you can see, that's a player right there. No, that's not a player. See, that's an NPC right there. That's an NPC. That's an NPC. All these are NPCs. I don't see any players right here, right now. So you can see that all of this is giving the impression that this is a lively place. They've also got docks over here for where they build ships or repair ships, and you can fly toward those. The sun is lighting this side of the station, which I like. It's got a very nice contrast between dark and light, and that really, really makes it pop. You know, good visual impact. Let's fly around a bit. The Enigma Nebula you can fly into, again, that's the captain's table. I don't know if they've changed that. Probably not. We'll investigate it later, maybe. The sun and the earth and the moon are static objects in space, and we cannot fly toward them. Believe me, I have tried. If you look on the map, this is the size of the area. You can fly all the way to the borders, but the actual distance from the earth or to the sun or to the moon does not change. That means these are big, giant background images. They're not like physically in this map that we can fly to, like we could before with Earth in the current Earth space dock. We can fly, you know, around Earth and over Earth and into the atmosphere and, you know, all that kind of stuff. This Earth, we will never be able to get close to or fly close to. This is, it's at a fixed distance from this map. So don't even try. You know, it's just a waste of time. Believe me, I spent a whole lot of time trying myself. You cannot get any closer to the sun, the Earth, or the moon, but you can fly around the whole station and the this docking area, which I'm guessing is maybe not complete because there's no ships in them. See, they're kind of arranged in an interesting pattern, but there are no ships in there yet. I assume maybe that will be a future update where they will put ships in there and make it feel like ships are being repaired or built or whatever, just to give it a better, you know, more in-depth feel. But right now they're empty. And of course we can fly all the way around ESD just like we could before. We'll come to this side of it, and from this side the lighting is very striking because this is the dark side of ESD. The windows light up really bright on this side, and it just really pops. I mean, this is just amazing. Earth is huge. It makes sense. Again, I don't know where I read that it was in one of those Lagrange areas, but I really don't think it is. I think it's just in orbit, and it maintains its position by use of impulse engines. So yes, it does have impulse engines. It's got powerful fusion reactors. Don't think it has a warp core. I really do not think it does. If you read Memory Alpha, nothing says about a warp core, just powerful fusion engines and impulse. And then actually an unknown fact, if you read Memory Alpha, in fact I encourage everyone to read Memory Alpha about Earth Space Dock. Originally, the whole reason for building Earth Space Dock in the Federation universe is that it was supposed to be some kind of defense station or battle station. It has built within it several ports, lots of ports, for torpedo bays, torpedoes and phasers and the whole lot. And they're not installed in Earth Space Dock because it became more of a diplomatic thing, more of a, you know, just a place for ships and people, rather than defense of the planet. But in case of an emergency, they can quickly equip Earth Space Dock with tons of torpedoes. It has the capacity and the space built into it that, like, there's a certain time that it says that they can get torpedoes from Earth and have them installed on this station within a certain amount of time to protect Earth if there is ever an invasion or anything like that. It actually has the capacity for to really be a big defense for the planet. And that could come in handy when the Undine start messing with us, because I think the Undine are going to be a big problem in Season 9. And I would love to see a beefed up Earth Space Dock with defenses and everything. Boy, having a featured episode series with that would be just amazing. Anyway, now that we've seen the updated exterior, let's go dock with this thing and let's look at some of the new changes they've made to the interior. Now, I've already previewed that in the past, but they have made many updates since then and improved many things. So let's take a look at that. First of all, we can now beam down to Starfleet Academy, of course, from the transporter room, just like you're supposed to be able to. You've got the transporter chief here. Things are labeled now, like here's the infirmary, which we already knew it was, but now it's labeled, the infirmary. And I found these little panels everywhere too, like damage control locker. Beep, 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 beep. I can get stuff out of there, which is kind of neat. And I also found like little labels like this, emergency aid station. They put like little labels around, which is nice. Coming up here, this is supposed to be not necessarily the new, although the DJ's here, this is not necessarily the new lounge or the new club, but a way to access that. And as you can see, they've now put a big tree in the middle. And it's weird though that the DJ is here. She looks like she's taking orders though, which is also weird. But I guess that this is not the final version of this room. And this person sells what you would think would be in the bar area. However, this is not going to be the bar. This is apparently just a little room. I don't know what the purpose of it is, but maybe one of these doors will lead to the club once they build it in here, and I'm not quite sure where they're going to build it in. It's not going to be this room, is what we've been reading in the forums. But then that leaves the question, where is the club going to be if not in this room? Possibly somewhere in this area, but just not in that room. And I don't know where it could be or how they're going to access it. But right now it's not here, and the question is, are they going to have time to put it in by the time they release this? There is some debate and some question whether the lounge will actually be done before they need to release this. Hopefully it will be, and where it will end up, I guess we will just find out. But this area could change. All of this could look different. Interesting that there's a mail console here and a banking console. I don't know if that will remain or not, but that's there right now. The infirmary, they've now put a guy here punching away in the air, apparently. I guess they've updated some of the pictures. They put labels like the infirmary medical assistants here, which is nice. They added another person here to the bio bed, an Endorian. And we still have our T'Pol-like character. No, it's not the T'Pol. It's just supposed to be a representation of her, Vulcan in her uniform, basically. The medical chief. They've updated art, like on the doors. The art's a little different. You'll notice it looks better now. They've updated a lot of the art actually, and lately it looks a lot better. And by art, I mean all the textures in Earth Space Dock. You'll see they've put numbers and labeling and stripes here on all these struts to give them like an industrial feel, I guess. Make it seem like it's something. That says transporter. Come down here. There's a console here, but we can't really activate it. We can come down here. We'll do the elevators in a second. More ships in there. A little area over here. This area in the shipyard they've really changed, and they put an invisible wall here. You can no longer climb up the windows and jump off. So an invisible wall. Sorry guys, no climbing. Oh yeah, forgot about this. Look up. They have added these I guess levels to Earth Space Dock above us, and put what looks like people walking through the hallways. In reality, before they put the invisible wall up and everything, you could climb all the way up to the top. I looked at these really closely. What they are very low resolution characters, 2D. They're not even 3D. They're very, very low resolution 2D characters, and it's like they're on a moving walkway. And you can see that in their movement. They just kind of like, it kind of looks strange if you just keep watching them and staring at them. But it gives the impression that there's movement, that there's other people in the station, that it's an active station. Again, bringing this activeness to the station, which is very much needed, and the impression that there's multiple levels to the station, which there are. So that's a very cool addition. You won't really notice it unless you look up, but it's a very cool addition, and I like that. I like things like that. Now this area they've really changed. I thought there were going to be consoles here, but no, they removed all that. There is the bank here, but what they've done is they've put all your ship people right up here up front in a line, and they're lit with a nice background image display there. When you go up to them, of course, you can use their dilithium equipment or requisition ship equipment, but this is also very cool. Look at them. They will look straight at you, and as you move, they follow you. See, he follows me. If I look at her, she will follow me. Her eyes try to keep contact with my eyes. So the NPCs now follow you as you move. That is a very cool effect, and it just helps add a little more immersion to the game, like these NPCs are actually communicating with you and not just, you know, statically standing there staring at the wall. So that's very cool, and as you can see, there's a lot of tooltips popping up. They're very, very helpful now. The same thing, here's Lieutenant Laurel. I believe, is that her name? No, yes, whatever. What's her name again? Whatever. Her, yeah, Lieutenant Laurel, the ship selector. So you got all that. Now we come down here, and this is where you will now find Malcolm Cecil looking out the window. They've added more ships. Of course, we've got that one, which was already there. They've added the Avenger down there. They've added that one. They've added, there's Voyager back there, or an Intrepid class. There's that. There's Defiant. There's another ship there and there. Looks like you all know the ship types, but they've added a lot more ships in here, basically. And they've made it more active. You'll notice there's things flying by the window every now and then. And in fact, there will be whole ships that fly by this window. Not huge ships, mind you, but I've seen like smallish type ships fly by this window. See, there goes one that way. Here comes something this way, some kind of worker bot thing. But as you look out this window, you will see that. And if you stand here long enough, you will see all of them fly by. There went a shuttle. But things will fly by. There goes that. So that helps give the impression again that this place is active, which is very nice. And I guess they have more room now to put ships in here, which is also again very nice. And they can display prominently whatever ship they want to show off that day. So this is a good area to come and to watch. Now, this Voth character is still here, this Voth medic. I don't know if he will remain there forever or not, but right now he's there. The exchange they finally fixed. Used to be on the ceiling. They've grounded the consoles, so now this is what the exchange looks like. And they're actually listing on this display, yes, that's right, these are the items in the exchange and their prices and what the item, you know, icon looks like. Now, I don't know if this is real time. I don't know if this is displaying the actual price of what is in the exchange. Although, wouldn't that be cool if it did update like this, all these things, with the real-time prices in the exchange? This is probably static. I'm guessing these are not real-time prices. I am guessing these are all static prices, that these are just images that are refreshing or recycling themselves. But I think it would be a cool addition to have the real-time pricing there of items, or even have, like, let's say items that are selling really popular on the exchange and display them bigger and display their live pricing, or maybe like keys. I mean, people need to buy keys all the time on the exchange. Wouldn't it be nice to have a tile or something that listed the keys and the real-time prices, you know, so you don't even have to go into the exchange to see it. You can just look at the monitor and see what things are trading at right now. I think that would be a great addition. That's probably not what's in here, but if I were going to build the exchange, that's how I would do it, because I think that would be super cool. But anyway, it looks better. It looks like an exchange. Very cool here. And yes, they have totally redone the shuttle bay. You can access your mail there. You can access mail there. They have totally redone the shuttle bay, and yes, you can go in there a little bit. Previously, you could go all the way down onto the bottom, but now they've blocked it off with an invisible wall. But now it looks like an active shuttle bay. There are shuttles and things that fly all the way through. You'll see whole shuttles back here that will fly all the way through, and they're going to the that inner part of Earth Space Dock that we just saw, where all those starships are. So this is like the portal to that, and then you can park shuttles here as well. And these shuttles are supposedly to Earth. This is like a shuttle bay to Earth, or to Starfleet Academy. We can go down there and look at it too. And we'll do that right now. This big doorway, don't miss it. It's so easy to miss this door because you want to just go straight into there. But no, right here is a big arching doorway, so don't miss that. And then down here, you can walk into the shuttle bay. And when you get down here, there's a button that you can take a shuttle to Starfleet Academy. See, there goes a shuttle right there. So this is an easy portal to get to Starfleet Academy in a very role-playing kind of way. Like, oh, I'm going to the shuttle bay of our space dock. I'm going to get in a shuttle and go to Starfleet Academy. So that gives a nice role-playing feature to the game to make it feel like you're on a space dock, to make it feel like there goes a big shuttle. Make it feel like you're taking a shuttle to Earth, to Starfleet Academy. So that is super cool. There's one of those hover sleds. So this is a really cool area. And like I said previously, you were allowed to go down in there. They just didn't have it blocked off yet. Now they blocked it off. Invisible wall, can't go down there. But actually, this goes all. This is a huge area. It's a huge map, really, for Star Trek Online. This goes all the way back there. You could walk all the way back there. I mean, this is a physical. These are not background images. This is a physical 3D modeled environment all the way to the wall. So that is super cool. I guess they could do something more with that if they ever wanted to, and I hope they do. Again, a window, so there goes a big shuttle. A window so you can look out there. Nothing much in these areas have changed, just some of the textures. Like I said, they've updated the texture art so that it looks better. Personnel equipment, they've labeled stuff, personnel equipment. So now you know where to go. Here's the models. Oh, the Taylor is really cool now. I like the Taylor because they've updated. Look at this. That's a nice picture to show you where you are, and you know this is the Taylor room just by coming here. That's a nice picture too. They've updated these pictures on the walls, so that's very cool. That's the oh yeah, that's the Solanae stuff, or the Solanae stuff. So those pictures are nice. See, they've got some nice pictures here. Now these are the same, but they could change those out for something else. Another nice picture there. Again, with the changing rooms are still there, so that's interesting. I don't know if the UI of the Taylor has changed any. Let's take a quick look. I don't think so. It all looks the same to me right now. It may change. I think what they've done is they've allowed you to change things like your armor, like your Mako armor and other stuff like that, or you can now customize in the Taylor. I think that's the new change they've made. It allows more customability of your things like armor and stuff like that from the Taylor. So that's cool. Exchange. Let's real quick. Let's go up these the turbo lifts here, because they've added some new things here. When we go in the turbo lift, we can go to the upper walkway. Now we are above this. We are above where we just were. So there's the requisitions down there, the exchange, everything's down there. There's the inside, and again, there's those walkways up there. You can see it's just people like moving on a walkway. But this upper area just gives you a place to come and lounge. I mean, there's nothing up here except to sit and to look. You know, you can look down at the ships, but there is nothing of value here. But in time, I guess they could add something. Now, as you look up, oh yes, look at that. There goes a ship. See that ship right there? And we'll see that when we go to the other window. But they now have ships that will pass by Earth's space dock on the outside and looking out from the windows. So it looks, again, like it's active. So there's Earth, there's the sun. It's all positioned just like the new exterior. See, there's some of those docks with ships in them, so that's what I'm guessing. I think they'll eventually add those to the exterior view. Although Earth looks smaller from the inside of the station, and I think that is an update that they probably need to look at making, because now that they've changed the scaling of Earth to Earth space dock outside, inside it's still got the old Earth, and so the old Earth looks very small inside Earth space dock, whereas it should look bigger. We'll go back to the main concourse. Also, let's go down one level to the blue. They have now updated the lower levels of Earth space dock. Yes, all new, looking different now. Very modern, updated textures. Nothing down here, but it's just an updated look. It looks better. Foundry people can use this area to have doors to access their Foundry missions. Okay, let's head to the back area, which new people to this new Earth space dock may not know exist, and you guys are going to have to help people when they come to Earth space dock, and they're going to be asking, where's Quinn? Where's believe it or not, they're still probably going to be asking where Sulu is, because he's back here behind this logo. There's a whole area back here, and that's something to keep in mind. This is where your contacts are, especially Quinn. There's a bank here, but here's Quinn over here. So new people to our space dock are not going to know that this area is back here. Look, there goes a Decora, a Vulcan ship. I didn't know that they had one of the Vulcan ships going by our space dock. Now that is pretty sweet. But see what I mean by the scaling being off? Earth should be much bigger in this window, and it's the old Earth. It's very small. Here is Admiral Quinn. He's got an update here. You can see where all the ships are in the Sirius sector block. Wouldn't it be cool if this was also a live tile and was showing you player ships? So you could like look on this map and say, oh, there's so-and-so person. He's over here in the Sirius sector. Wouldn't that be sweet? I think so. Sigahura's back here. Quinn, Commander. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a big ship going by. And that's what you will see here now, are ships going by the windows. Very, very cool. Makes it feel alive. Ensign Rack. Who are you, Ensign Rack? Oh, so you're a tutorial guy. Okay. You can interact with this. What does that do? Oh, okay. That's your interact for your special veteran items and stuff. And access mail. So now that console is here. Okay, they moved it. This hologram has been updated. Again, showing you ships in orbit of Earth's space dock, which is very cool. I would imagine that would be how the future would be right there, is you would see ships in a 3D hologram and be able to see space in 3D. Again, you can see the docks out there. Very cool. These consoles light up when you get near them. That's very cool. I like that. Seems futuristic to me. Again, just the textures have been updated around here. The whole place looks so nice. So nice. And I imagine that it's not even finished yet. Well, in fact, I know it's not finished yet. They still have the lounge to put in. But even then, or the club, but even then, there probably will still be more updates made to this area. So, looking forward to that. This place is looking awesome. For the last thing, what I want to do is I want to warp out and show you the exterior of our space dock again when we beam up, and it puts us at our default location now, you know, when you beam out from our space dock for the first time. Because that's different than when you warp in to our space dock. It's just in a different area. So now when we beam out, we are at this side of our space dock, and I think this is the most striking of them all. I mean, the lighting here is just phenomenal. You've got the sun. I guess you're staring directly at the sun, but because of that, it reflects off of our space dock with this really, really nice lighting here. There's really nice shading. You've got the dark part of ESD here, and then it shines off your ship. And that allows you to get a good image and good view of your ship. So now let's say you hop in a new ship, you know, your brand new ship, and you're excited to go see it in space, right? Now space, or the solar system, is more brightly lit, and it puts you in a place when you beam out from ESD to where the sun is shining on your ship. And look at all that detail we can now see in our ship because it's much brighter out here, and the sun is shining in a way that we can actually see our ship. Currently on holodeck, when you beam out of ESD and you're in your ship, it's dark. It's kind of hard to see your ship. You kind of have to fly away from everybody else to get in a good position to the lighting so you can see your ship. But now you don't even have to move. The way that the sun is striking our ship by default allows us to look at our brand new ship in great detail, which I like, because if I'm going to get in a new ship or beam out, I want my ship, I want to see it, I want to, you know, examine it, make sure I've got the right look that I want for my ship. Now I have a brightly lit area, I can do that, and it's right here at our space dock just by beaming up. So I think this is great. I think this exterior is just wonderful. So that is a look at what Earth Space Dock is like right now on Tribble. And hopefully this will be coming with Season 9, because this is an awesome update, and I cannot wait till this is all live. Alright, the next thing I want to jump to real quick is I want to see if they've made updates to the new kits. Again, one of the big features of Season 9 are the customizable kits. So, away team, no, not weapons. We want away team, no, requisition kits. So yes, here you go, guys. Engineering kits, science kits, tactical kits. I'm on science, so let's go there. Science kit Mark II, Mark III, Mark V, Mark VII, Mark IX. And these are blank. These are blanks. So think of these kits as blanks. You buy a kit, let's buy this science kit. Of course, you don't even, you hover over it first. That tells you what is in it. 3 medic module slots and 1 research module slot. 3 research module, 1 medic. 2 medic, 2 research. And 2 research, 2 medic. So that's how they do it now. And the icons have been updated now. And these are just blank slates. That's what you think. And they're cheap too. Look, they are not expensive. So you just buy a blank slate, and then you slot the pieces into it, which right now are on Drozana because that's where they're allowing them to be at. But here's what's on the tactical kit. 3 assault, 1 strategic. 3 strategic, 1 assault. 2 assault, 2 strategic. 2 strategic, 2 assault. So that's how they do that. And then on engineering, 3 fabrication, 1 mechanic. 3 mechanic, 1 fabrication. 2 fabrication, 2 mechanic. 2 mechanic, 2 fabrication. And when you take your kit, we've already been over this because I have one installed right now. But when you put your kit in there and then you add the little pieces to it, and that makes up your brand new kit. So that is going to be a feature that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy, really customizing their character. What else? There are new things. Not here, wrong thing. Undine marks. So there will be an Undine holding for players, and these PvEs here will get you Undine marks. So just like the other reputations, you will get Undine marks, and you will start building up a whole new Undine reputation. Now the whole reputation system is changing in Season 9. I'm not going to go over all of that right now because it's very detailed. But if you go to the Stowe website and read the latest dev blogs on Season 9, especially the 2 previous ones, I think. They will detail the reputation changes. Like it or not, those changes are coming. I'm not going to go into it right now, but I'm just saying, reputation is changing in a big way. It's going to be more like the Dyson stuff, which means it's going to be faster to level up in the Enum. However, they're going to be reducing them to like 4 active reputation traits that you can have instead of having all those passives active at one time. So it's going to be very different. But they are also upping the power on those things since you are only going to have 4 active. Anyway, Undine marks. These are the new things to get Undine marks. You now have this thing called Undine Assault. An Undine invasion fleet are targeting populated worlds in the Alpha and Beta Quadrant. Team up with other captains to push back the invaders and close the rifts to fluidic space. So that's an Undine STF, pretty much. Another one called Undine Infiltration. Intelligence assets on Bajor report signs of Undine infiltration. The Undine have taken the forms and identities of local residents. We do not know the purpose of this infiltration, but local authorities have narrowed down a list of possible suspects, at least some of whom are Undine in disguise. Because there's a normal and elite version, I'm guessing these are all, like, let's say, quote, STFs, because only STFs have a normal and an elite version. And then this one's called Vicious Cycle. The Undine are growing new planet killers in living shipyards. Your forces are tasked with destroying 3 of the unfinished vessels before they can be launched into normal space. So 3 new STFs, let's call them, to play and get Undine marks. I have not played these yet, so that will be interesting. As you can see, on Tribble, it's hard to get a team together, even a pug or whatever, to play these. If I can get one together, or if I can wait long enough for a pug or whatever in the future, perhaps I will show these on Tribble. Although remember, they are still beta because it's on Tribble. It's not on holodeck yet. It's not finalized. So that's the new Undine marks. There's also apparently going to be some new Undine stuff in the Dyson sphere, in the contested zone maybe, where you go and do Undine stuff there. And that may already be on Tribble. In fact, I think it is. Again, if I get a chance to play that, I will do that and I will record it. I don't know for sure that I will, but if I get a chance to, I will do that. But those things are coming. Just know that there's those 3 Undine STFs, and then there are some battle zone type stuff in the Dyson sphere contested zone, where the Undine have come in and basically obliterated the Voth, and now instead of the Voth, now you're fighting the Undine. So they've kind of changed the roles there a little. The roles of power. The Undine are more advanced than even the Voth, believe it or not. The Voth, as advanced as they are to us, the Undine have come in and obliterated the Voth. They're having a lot of trouble. So the Undine are very powerful aliens. Very, very powerful technology. So anyway, all that stuff is coming in Season 9. Let's see if the reputation holding is there. I'm curious. Let's see. Yes, it is. Here you go. I didn't know this was here. So this is new to me as well. Alright, and right now it's called 8472 Counter Command, and as we know from Star Trek Voyager, Species 8472 are the Undine. They didn't get a name till later on, but I'm not sure where the name Undine came from, to be honest with you. That might be a Star Trek Online invention, or it may not be. I don't know. But I know Voyager referred to them as species, or at least 7 of 9 did, as Species 8472, because that's the Borg designation for the Undine, Species 8472. So this definitely is the Undine holding. Undine Q events may be accessed through PBQ. Travel to the Dyson Sphere Space Battle Zone by accessing the Juret Space Gate in the Taldewa Sector Block. So that tells you that there is that zone there on the Dyson Sphere as well. So here you go, 5 tiers again. Now again, this is not finalized. The reputation stuff will be changing. But let's look at what the passive powers are, because I'm curious. Mental Acuity, plus 10% bonus damage while aiming. Mental Conditioning, plus 20 psionic damage bonus resistance, and plus 15 control resistance rating. Lucky Star, Tactical Precision, grants tactical precision to self, plus 3% accuracy for 15 seconds. Crucial component redistribution. Plus 20 anti-proton damage bonus resistance rating. Plus 15 control resistance rating. Obviously these icons will change. These are just filler icons. Empathetic adaptation. Grants a chance to increase shield hardness by a small amount when hit in ground combat. This chance is doubled versus psionic damage. Can be stacked up to 5 times. Cool. Empathetic reverberation. Grants a chance to reflect energy damage when hit in ground combat. Chances doubled versus psionic damage. This effect cannot be triggered more than once every 10 seconds. Okay. Nanoprobe field generator. Grants a chance to increase shield hardness by a small amount when hit in space combat. This chance is doubled, so that's pretty much like the ground ability, just in space. Nanoprobe feedback, again, just like the ground ability, but in space. Grants a chance to reflect directed energy damage when hit in space combat. And then our final ability is a biomolecular shield generator. It creates a fixed position shield generator in space. So this is a space ability that regenerates starship shields and reduces the damage taken by starship shields for allies in the immediate area. Creates a level 50 biomolecular shield generator for 30 seconds. Cool, reduces damage to shields by 22% as well, and it's in a 2.5 kilometer radius. So it's very narrow field you have to be within, 2.5. So I imagine this is something you just drop in space, and if you're like a tank, for example, or a slow-moving carrier who may not move a lot, you could drop this thing beside you and tank a lot better with this. This could be a really good ability for carriers and cruisers. Yeah, I could really see this being, and maybe support for science officers. The science officers could drop this for support on carriers and cruisers. So that's cool. I kind of like that. Now let's see what we get in each tier. Biomolecular rifle ground weapons, counter command personal shield, and a console universal hydrodynamics compensator. Whatever that is, that's what we get. So it looks like there's going to be a new space set because there's a console. Also looks like there's going to be a new ground set, personal shield marked. So there's a counter command personal shield. So there's a new ground set and a new space set. Counter command deflector. So yeah, there's a whole new shield deflector and engine set, it looks like, plus another 3-piece set, it looks like, because there's a console involved. Also we have the our ground set. Looks like there's going to be a shield, armor, and weapon ground set. Enhanced biomolecular photon torpedo. That sounds neat. Biomolecular projectile space weapons. Wow. Counter command biomolecular phaser rifle. Counter command hyper impulse engines. Yep. Ooh, look at this, an engineering kit module, nanite medical generator. So it looks like kit modules will also be rewards in the reputation system. Ooh, guys, that's really awesome right there. So we're going to have unique kit modules available through the reputation system. There you go. We can have some awesome kit combinations that we never had before. Biomolecular photon grenade, biomolecular space beam weapons, biomolecular space cannon. This sounds very Undine like these are like biomolecular is just what it says they are. Living technology, I guess you could put it. Counter command hyper injection warp core, so there's a warp core and a singularity core. Phaser turrets, heavy biomolecular disruptor turret. A biomolecular kit bag. Ooh, that sounds nifty. I want that. I bet it's a whole kit bag of modules. What do you think? Counter command exo armor. So there's your armor part for ground, and a counter command covariant shield. So it's a covariant shield. That means it's going to have a high shield capacity. This shield, so that's going to be good. It's going to be a good shield, high shield capacity. Looking forward to that. So, wow, Undine stuff looking pretty slick right now, I gotta say. I want it all. Let's see. All we have right now is the things to get the reputation. Continue task force support. So there's an hourly reward. It doesn't say how much it gives. Or it receives your. Yeah, it doesn't give anything right now. Counter command efforts daily. So there's the daily. Ooh, it gives 2,500 counter command reputation. So wow, that's a lot. That's as much as the Dyson one right now. So yeah, you do this one daily, pop it in there, bam, just like the Dyson one, and then you're done for the day. I like that. That's going to be really nice. And then another hourly one as well. Again, it doesn't. This one gives 200 hourly, so that's nice. Okay, there you go. Requires 30 Undine marks, expertise, and energy credits. But when you get the daily, I guess it'll give you those marks. So that will be really cool. Looking forward to that. It's going to be nice. Again, this is all unfinished, but that's going to be nice. So there's the new reputation as well, guys. I didn't know that was there yet, but now it is. Now you got a little preview of what to expect with the Undine reputation as well. Well, that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up now. It's been a long video, but hopefully this third preview update for Season 9 has been exceptional, and now you've got an idea of what's coming in Season 9, and I've got to say I'm pretty excited. I like the Undine as a species. I like them as an enemy. I like them in Star Trek. They are really cool. It's that whole idea of an organic living creature, of a starship, of an enemy, of, you know, all that. It relates to, for me, the Undine really remind me of a lot of Babylon 5. A lot of the first ones, or higher races in Babylon 5, used organic technology, like the Vorlons and the Shadows. They use organic technology, and that's the Undine. The Undine really remind me of the Vorlon, specifically because their ships are organic, just like the Vorlons. They are very powerful as a race, and they have planet killers. Both the Vorlon and the Undine have planet killer ships that can zap a planet and blow them up. So, to me, the Undine remind me of Vorlons from Babylon 5, and that's why I would love to play as an Undine, or if not that, then have an Undine ship, because then I could role play a Vorlon character. That would be super sweet in an Undine ship. But also there are other races and other sci-fi that have organic ships. Moya from Farscape, an organic, you know, living ship. The idea of a living ship. And there are so many others in sci-fi as well like that. So the Undine for Star Trek, that's their organic alien species. So anyway, I like it. It's very unique, and I like that it is going to be a big part of Season 9 and now Star Trek Online. Very cool. I'm in it. Take my money, Cryptic. No, actually, don't take my money, because now I'm poor. Buying all these ships takes a lot of money. Anyway, well, thank you all for watching this preview, and I hope that you got something out of that and are as excited as I am about Season 9, so drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about all these things, about the Undine reputation, about the reputation changes in general that are coming, about the new looks of her space dock, about the new kits and kit modules, about the new Undine STFs and battle zones and all that. Let me know what you think. And thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next.